Sometimes, life doesn't close a door to stop you. Sometimes, it closes a door to push you toward the one you were meant to open. This is the story of a man the world overlooked, someone who had nothing, yet carried a strength no one could see. There was once a man who had been jobless for a long time. Every morning he walked through the city searching for work, but everywhere he went the answer was the same. Sorry, we are not hiring. He had almost nothing left, only $10 in his pocket, but he still had hope. One day, he entered a big company and applied for the position of office boy. The employer interviewed him and then gave him a small test. "Clean this floor," the employer said. The man cleaned everything with care and dedication. The employer smiled and said, "You are hired. Give me your email address, and I'll send your joining information." The man lowered his head and said quietly, "Sir, I don't have a computer, and I don't have an email." The employer stopped smiling. "Then you do not exist," he replied. "And someone who does not exist cannot have a job here." The man walked out of the building slowly. He felt lost, disappointed, and invisible. Outside the company, he sat on a bench and looked at the last $10 in his hand. "What should I do now?" he whispered. He thought for a long time. Then suddenly, an idea came to his mind. He went to the supermarket and bought a 10-kilogram crate of tomatoes. It was all he could afford. He walked from house to house and sold the tomatoes. He knocked on doors, politely greeted customers, and smiled, even when his feet hurt. In less than 2 hours, he sold everything. He doubled his money. The next day, he did the same thing, and once again, he succeeded. He repeated the process 3 times a day. His $10 turned into $60, then $100, then $200. He worked harder than anyone else. He left home early and returned late. He never complained, and he never gave up. At first, carrying the 10-kilogram crate felt easy. But after days of walking under the hot sun, his shoulders began to ache. His shoes were old, and the road felt endless. Sometimes, he had to stop and rest against a wall, sweat dripping, breathing hard. But he always picked the crate up again. He whispered to himself, "Just one more house, one more customer." Not everyone welcomed him. Some people opened their doors, looked at him, and closed it immediately. Some didn't trust him. Some ignored him. Some even laughed. But he learned to smile anyway. He learned to stay polite even when people weren't. He learned that success is not only about selling, it's also about patience. After some time, he bought a small cart to carry more tomatoes and vegetables. A year later, he bought a truck, then another truck, and soon he had a fleet of delivery vehicles. People respected him. Customers trusted him. He built relationships, learned new things, and kept improving. 5 years later, the man became the owner of one of the largest food retailers in the city. The man who once had only $10 now had a business empire. One day, he decided to plan his family's future. So he met with an insurance broker. The meeting went well. At the end, the broker asked, "Sir, may I have your email address?" The man smiled and said, "I don't have an email." The broker was shocked. "You don't have an email, and yet you built a large company." Just imagine, what could you have become if you had an email? The man paused for a moment. He looked outside the window, remembering all his struggles, and then replied, gently, "An office boy." Life does not always give us what we expect. Sometimes rejection is not the end. It is a redirect. The man did not get the office boy job, but that rejection pushed him to create opportunities rather than wait for them. So if something is not in your favor today, don't give up. Your story is still being written. Better opportunities are waiting ahead. Keep going.